How are we doing?
How's the new offense coming? I know you're working a lot. Coach said you're coming in early. You're getting some of the nuances down on it.
Yeah. As any offense goes, when you're in Salton in camp, you kind of have a base foundation for the plays and your day one stuff, and then as camp the installs go on, you continue to put things in, and then it gets to a point where you're really trying to iron out the final details, the checks, to make sure that I'm doing my job to put our guys in the best position possible. So I think that process has been good. I think we're in a good place, and with guys being nicked up and having to plug some people in, it's given us an opportunity to kind of explore some different packages, put guys in different spots, and test some things. So yeah, obviously want everybody out there, but it's been good for us to deal with some challenges early on that it's going to happen in season.
You've got a lot of work in joint practices and things like that, but you had to play 4 games, so to speak, since you beat Carolina last year. So for you, what is it? Why is it important? What do you like about being back on the grass and doing that?
It's just different. You go in practice and training camp, and you're really testing a lot of stuff out. Seeing what guys are capable of doing in the live practice reps, and seeing if you can make certain tight window throws, and in games you really it's all about the ball, making sure that I have everybody on the same page at the line of scrimmage, and then making sure I take care of the ball and stay efficient with it throughout the process and keep drives moving.
Some quarterbacks have talked about in preseason, it's good to sometimes get hit for the regular season, so that's your game style. Is that kind of a physical thing for you, or is it more of a mental thing, just getting the mental reps?
Yeah, more than mental reps. Don't get me wrong, I love contact, but yeah, I'll save that for the regular season.
Baker, how has the addition of Kenny Gainwell been going through this offense with Zach Robinson? How much of a gadget guy has he been so far for you?
I mean, he's much more than the gadget guy. I've just been completely overwhelmed with the amount of talent that he has. I didn't know until a little later in the spring, more towards mini camp, that he was a receiver going into college. He was a slot receiver at Memphis, and it explains why he's so smooth running routes. And just his run game, he stays true to his tracks. He reads his blocks really, really well. I thought he's been, a huge addition for us, but just another spark to give Bucky a spell. And then obviously you still have Tuck in there, and Josh Williams has had a great camp as well. But KG is another guy, just a veteran presence, a leader, a guy that leads by example, and continues to help set the tone for us on offense.
Baker, you've had impact rookie receivers the last couple of years. From that perspective, what can you say about Ted?
He's growing quickly. He's picking things up really fast, and so that's good for us. It's allowing him to play fast, not think, and just use his size and speed. You guys have seen it. He's high pointing the ball, really taking advantage of his one-on-one matchups, just contested catches, things like that. That it's when you're a bigger receiver at 6'4", you want to be a safety blanket for those 50-50 balls, and so I feel really confident where Ted's at.
His presence in the red zone, how important has that been? I think about the joint practice with the Jets, throwing that pass interference.
Yeah, it just critical moments. We talk about how would we look at it with Mike down in the red zone. If you're not going to double cover him, we're going to throw it to him. And Ted is growing into his own right now, and so we're going to try and take advantage of those matchups as well.
Baker, this offseason, the team put a lot of resources, free agency, and draft into defense. Now that you've had a couple weeks going against this defense, what do you notice about this Todd Bowles revamping the defense the most?
They're aggressive. There's a lot of things that look different, some schematic things that Todd's doing different, some good change-ups that definitely mess with the QB's eyes and just your fundamentals from the get-go. But it's obviously you added in talent on the defensive side. The front just looks completely different. Vita hadn't even been out there yet, but it's unreal. We've got two deep for sure, and it's a talented group up front, and then linebackers. It allows them to play free. I think Voss has taken some big steps. And Alex Anzalone, incredible player. I think physically he's able to cover a lot of ground, get those guys on the same page. And then a guy like Trott, he's an animal. He's not a rookie. He's physical. He's aggressive. He talks. And you know what? We needed guys like that on the defense, and to have a rookie that's that confident in it is really good for the Bucs.
Another rookie that you've had come in that can catch and passes is Bauer Sharp.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him so far? Considered the tight end room, and maybe what he did in preseason on Saturday?
Bauer's twitched up, man. I think he's he's not just a receiving tight end. I think he's so quick at the top of his routes, has a really good feel in zone coverage of how to get open, how to stay open. And he's taken pride in the blocking, and that's something that we've asked our tight ends to do in the last few years, to do a lot of dirty work, and I think he's taken pride in that. So Bauer's come a long way, and I think he's got a really, really good shot to make the team.
Baker, you said the run game in 24 was kind of the catalyst for that balanced offense.
Yep.
What impact do you think Robinson can make scheming up the run game?
I think just not always relying on the gap scheme stuff. I think when you look at, we started out as much more mid-zone and zone schemes in 24, and then the changeup was our gap puller game, and we were able to crease people, and they didn't know what was coming. And so last year we kind of leaned on that too much, to where teams can really tee off on it, bring some pressures to stop that and mess with it. It's tough to run when defenses get a beat on that. So I think just Zach's understanding the run game, how to keep teams unbalanced on the defensive side of the ball, how to set things up, and just the play action off the run game. I've said it to you guys, but you can't win in this league dropping 50 times a game, drop back 50 times a game. You have to be able to run the ball, have to be able to play action, screen. You need to be able to throw it when you have to, but it starts with the run game and play action right after that.
Baker, what have you seen from Jalen Daniels in practice, but then also in the game up front?
Yeah, I mean, Jalen, there's not a throw on the football field he can't make. He's got a really, really talented arm. I think personality-wise, it's just he's living his dream. I think he said that to you guys. You can tell, though, that he embraces every single moment. He enjoys being out here, the grind that it is. As a young QB, you got a long way to go, learning the process just to get guys lined up, but he's taking control of it. And I think just from the start of spring when he got here to now, night and day different for him.
Baker, you were talking to us during the mandatory league camp that Chandler Whitmer was working with you on feet. Are you still working on that and maybe some other things so far in camp?
Yeah, no, definitely still honing in on those little details, making some of the simple throws even easier than they should be. And just, it starts with your feet. If you're out of rhythm in this system where it's timing of the routes and the concepts, bad things are going to happen. So it starts with my feet and going through that and trusting the timing of that and going through the progression, checking the ball down. So Chandler's, he's annoying with it for sure. Every once in a while you want to put his in a headlock and beat him up, but no, I need that. I like to be coached hard, and he's definitely a stickler about it, and I appreciate it.
What specifically do you want to get done Saturday night with the ones? How long you want to be out there?
Just efficient plays. You get in there, efficient drives, no negatives. I mean, what you're looking for in the preseason, everybody getting lined up, communicating properly, and no pre-snap penalties. Things in game, you're going to have penalties. That's going to happen. You want to avoid them, obviously, but really no pre-snap penalties, being on the same page, no MEs from those ones, and just getting a good few drives, whatever that may look like. I have no idea, but definitely getting points on the board.
John Gruden's obviously a big fan of yours, and he'll be in the booth on Saturday. What do you anticipate is going to go up in there with him and Rondé?
Honestly, there's no telling what's going to happen up there in the booth. A lot of be a good football talk up there, though, man. No, he's just having him around and having him still involved around the building is great. Just the energy, obviously the experience and history that he's had with the program, and it's fun to have somebody like that, and just the pure joy that he has for football, I think is awesome to see as well.
You go back and watch it afterwards?
The TV copy, I think I'll have to. Not for Rondé. Rondé's boring. Yeah.
Baker, when you sat down with Jarvis Landry and Leonard Fournette, you talked about your love of playing on the road, your preference for it. When the schedule came out, were you excited that, on the road, this is great?
Yeah, I think so. I think same thing last year. You get your guys, and it's just the Bucs against everybody else in that city you're going to. And so I think it's a good opportunity for us against the Bengals. And, I think we're going to shock a lot of people this year. And so I'm excited to just get on the road and do that.
Anything else?
You're going to surprise people? You say you're going to shock people?
Yeah, I mean, listen, embellish it. There's no embellishing. I think you can't avoid it. There's the TVs everywhere. I think everybody's. Yeah. Hell yeah, I am. Everybody's picking us probably to have a losing record, so we'll see.